All right, guys, welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining me. So I want to talk about the new Tesla Model Y long wheelbase six-seater that was just announced that we're reading about online. This is kind of an exciting update because from 2020 to 2025, when the original version of the Model Y was announced, there was a seven-seat version of this car. I've had two of those versions, the seven-seat version of these cars. I have four kids, and so we kind of need that extra room. And now it's not really that much space, so really only small kids are sitting in the back in the seven-seater. But when Tesla refreshed the Model Y recently and came out with this new refresh version, the 2026 version of the Model Y, they don't have the seven-seat version anymore. It hasn't been on the website. All they have is the long range rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. There's not even a performance version yet. And I was kind of always hoping that they came out with a little bit larger version of the Model Y to have like a third row seat, and that is coming. News reports out of China, brief information about the car. So let's talk about what's available, what we're seeing, and how much bigger this car is going to be. Now, for this initial launch version of the long wheelbase Model Y, what they're going to do is it looks like they're doing just two seats in the second row, and then two in the rear, and then two in the front. So it's going to be basically a six-seater. It is nice to have that space in the middle, those captain's chairs. There is the possibility also this could be a seven-seater in the future, maybe with a lower trim, cheaper version. If it's a seven-seater, that could be an option. It's also going to be a little bit more powerful. It's going to have about 13 more horsepower than the current version of the Model Y. Now, this information was leaked out it's called the China's Ministry of Industry and Information Technology. And we're getting kind of like a first look, kind of like a sneak peek of the information that Tesla filed with them. Now, from what the reports say is that this is going to be a global car. It's not just going to be for China. It's going to be kind of global. It's going to go throughout the whole world. So let's look at the specs and see how much longer this car is going to be. It looks like it's going to be 7.3 inches longer overall. The body is going to be that much longer. It's also going to have a longer wheelbase, so it's not just stretching the body, it's stretching the wheelbase, which is a big deal. 5.9 inches longer wheelbase. It's going to be a little bit taller, 1.7 inches, so about only an inch and a half taller. So in addition to the length, they added length and a little bit more height. They're also getting unique wheels, updated spoiler, the new seats, probably this new six-seat configuration, and there's a new color. Looks like there's like kind of a light gold color that's launched here. Now, in some of these leaked pictures here, I don't see the length difference, so we're going to have to see this like kind of side by side to another Model Y. I don't see it being much different as far as like the look, but we don't have a lot of like great pictures of it right now. This is exciting. I've always been interested in the seven-seat Model Y. I've had two of them. I think this is a cool option. The seven-seat Model Y is just not practical to have seven people in there. You could have a couple small kids, but you have to move that second row forward in order to utilize the third row, so it cramps the legroom in the second row to get that cramped legroom in the third row. So I like that they're adding almost 8 inches of overall body length on this car. And then having captain's chairs in that second row will make it a little more easier for passengers to get in and out of that second row. And it's going to probably give that third row passenger also a lot more legroom if they can put their leg down the middle of the aisleway. I was almost wondering if Tesla was just going to completely do away with a 7 or 6 seat version of the Model Y just because they've waited. It's been several months since they've refreshed the Model Y, and they haven't come out with that 7-seat version. So I think this is an exciting option for them. I think this is much needed too, because there's a lot of cars that have third rows that are useful, and they're very popular cars here in the US, and Tesla just hasn't had. They've had the Model X. It's just been a very expensive option. So to have this version of the car where it's going to be able to seat 6 people, maybe 7 people in the future with like a bench option in that middle, is really exciting. I think it gives Tesla kind of a new options, probably opens up this car to some new buyers that normally would be turned off from the Model Y. Now, according to kind of a quick Google search here, it looks like this new Model Y long wheelbase actually has a longer wheelbase than the current Model X, and it's only like 75 millimeters shorter than the current Model X. So it's going to be similar size, a little bit longer wheelbase, a little bit, it's obviously longer than the current Model Y, but it's going to be almost the same length as the current Model X. It may encroach on some of the Model X cells for those that are looking for a little bit bigger vehicle to fit like 6 or 7 people comfortably, because that's traditionally those who are buying the Model X who need that extra room, that extra space. This new Model Y is going to be able to accommodate more people, larger people, and therefore could be a good contender against the Model X. Set to launch in the fall in China. It should be coming to the US probably fall probably late 2025, maybe early 2026. So that's kind of an exciting piece of news. So those that are looking for a Model Y third row seat, you need to wait, because this new option could definitely be worth it with this new longer wheelbase, longer overall length, a little bit higher, and it's going to have a little more power. It might even have a little bit longer battery, because it is going to have a longer wheelbase. It could, maybe it accommodates a little bit larger battery. We don't have any information on that yet. So I'm excited to see what this looks like, see what the pricing looks like, how it compares to the current Model Y, if it's going to be much more expensive. It's definitely going to be more expensive than the base one, just because the overall length. But if you're getting more range, more power, the extra seating, it's definitely worth paying for a little extra features like that. So guys, thanks for watching the video. Leave your comment down below. I'm curious if you guys are excited about this, if this is of interest to you. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.